Hello all, we are here today with Dr. Nishchal Bhatt for the next part of our interview. In the first part, we discussed about the current scenario of teenage health in India and few factors regarding teenage and parent counseling. In this part of interview, we'll be discussing with Dr. Bhatt the factors and strategies that pediatricians and other clinicians should consider while dealing with teenage health. So Dr. Bhatt, the question would be, what opinions would you like to share with pediatricians and other clinicians while dealing with troubled teenagers?
Yeah, in the first part we have covered what are the issues and how it can be taken care of. Now we are moving towards the pediatrician or clinicians. Now I want to emphasize on the difference between advice and counseling. Advising is giving instruction to do something to other person, whereas counseling is helping that person to find out what problem he is facing and helping the person or facilitating that person to find out the solution by himself or herself and helping him to follow that in a process. So that is the difference between advising and counseling. Now whenever you are dealing with a teenager, we must think of our own teenager years, during which we also have been going through various developmental issues, other issues of friends and issues with the parent. So when we are understanding them from the teenager's age view, the sensitivity towards the issues which they are coming increases. So we must become little more sensitive towards the adolescent issues. That is number 3. Another thing is, whenever a teenager or a parent is speaking about some psychological issues or some queries, we must be non-judgmental while listening them, as well as we must be empathetic towards them. Empathy means just putting our shoes into their shoes and understanding from their perspective. That is another thing. Whenever we are dealing or counseling a teenager or an issue with the parents, we must take support of the parent, because parent and the healthcare provider makes a team which can bring the adolescent out of the problems that he is going through. Most important thing is, immunization to an adolescent is also a sensitive issues. Majority of the parents do not realize that immunization continues till the age of 18. So there are important vaccines which are to be given at the age of 10 and should continue till 18. So always inquire about the completion of the immunization. And last but not the least is timely referral. Whenever you find a teen who has some issues related to depression, that is, the child or a teen used to enjoy certain activities, but now he is not enjoying, or he is going away from what the routine life is. If that is more duration of that is more than 2 weeks, that means that teen is under the influence of some depression. Or during any talk, if teen comes out with suicidal ideation or attempt to suicide or some drug addiction, we must immediately refer that child to a specialist. We should not hide things, because this can lead to a grave end of the life or some endangers into the life. So these are the important points we must take care when we are dealing with a teenager or adolescent in your office.
Very true. We have really seen such situations coming up. So what are the other advices beyond this that pediatricians should give to the parents and teenagers that are really facing these communication issues?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, whenever you are dealing with an issue in a teenager, the parents becomes the backbone of whatever you are going to do with that teenager. So we must train our parents regarding different parenting styles. There are 4 basic parenting style. One is negligent parenting, where the parents are not concerned about what their kids are doing. The another one is the permissive parent, where there is lot of love is there, but there is no command, there is no control, and whatever they are asking, it's been given. The third one is authoritarian kind of parenting, in which the atmosphere in the home is like army. Like parents are telling that do what I say, and they are not ready to listen. The important and the most proper parenting style would be authoritative parenting style, in which the parents are in control but they are loving, the relationship is harmonious. Parents are ready to listen to what children or teens are about to say. So authoritative kind of parenting style should be taken by parents, and that parenting style will really create atmosphere of harmony. Another important issue a parent should understand is, as the child increases in age, their parenting phases should be different. Like in first 5 years, a parent should be directing to the child, because they are in the growth phase where the mental things are developing. They should be guided to a certain way in first 5 years. Then between 5 to 10 years, a parent should take a role of a coach, where there is very high relationship with the child, as well as child is directed what he is supposed to do. After 10, when the child is entering into an adolescent age, the parenting phase should become supportive, not pushing the child to do something, but there to support whatever he is doing. And after 15, the parent should take a role of a delegating things. Let the teen do whatever he is doing, but there wherever he requires some support. So these are the parenting style and parenting phase every parent should know when they are dealing, and a healthcare provider should be able to tell to the parent. Another important thing is, majority of parents have concern that teens or kids are not listening to them. But what happens is, whenever you are trying to tell something to your kid or a teen, after 2 minutes they know what parents are going to tell, because it has been happening since years. So parents should learn how they can communicate whatever they want to communicate in less than 2 minutes. If they are learning that, then the communication is very, very easy. Another important thing which is very, very crucial for any human being to develop as an confident adult, let your teens struggle for their requirements. Majority of the parents give things in the platter, and then teens are not ready to face the world. Let them face failures and then rise. So whenever they will go out, they will have failures in their life. They will be able to cope with it and deal with it and come out confidently. So that is another thing. There are two words which I will tell you which is very interesting. One is helicopter parenting. Helicopter, you know that it is hovering. Majority of the parents have habit of hovering on their kids. What they are doing, what they are not doing, are they doing properly or not, and continuously they keep on giving all the instructions to the kids. You should not do this helicopter parenting. And another one is cockpit parenting. Whenever we are in a plane, we are absolutely fine that the pilot will take us where the destination is. When a parent take a role of a pilot of a cockpit, they took care of everything of that child, and that child is not growing in the life skills. So you should avoid all this kind of parenting and just be with that and try to evolve, try to understand and be updated with what is happening in your teen's life. So these are the important communication issues which all healthcare provider should keep on talking to the parents to make them realize about their important role.
Exactly. So then what are the important factors that are important for teenage counseling that can ensure positive outcome?
Yeah, teenage counseling requires lot of patience, number one. First of all, the teenage should realize and should be ready that he wants to get away from the problems that he is facing. Majority of the time what happens, and I have experienced it, that parents bring a teenager saying that let's go to a doctor for a health checkup, and the teen is not aware that he is going for this kind of counseling. So readiness of the teenager is the first and foremost thing for counseling a teenager. Second thing is relatedness, family connectedness with each other. brings lot of support from the family, and that will help that teenager to come out of the problems that he is facing. Another third important thing is role of a team. The healthcare provider or a pediatrician or a whosoever doctor is taking care of that issue, plus parents, because parents is the backbone and support for that to follow. Adolescent himself, as well as there are support groups which take care of the things very well. So if there is a teamwork, then it works much better. Now teenagers are reward seekers. They want, if they have done something good, they would reward immediately in the form of praise, appreciation, or some value. So this reward should be there with each and every movement that they are doing. There should be repetition of what he is supposed to follow, because majority of the time teens do not think beyond certain limit. So you have to keep reinforcing what he is supposed to do, is not supposed to do. And counseling is not one sitting things. There should be follow-ups. Minimum 3 to 10 sittings are required to imply the counseling to our teenagers. So if we take care of these issues, then you will certainly sure of positive outcome of any counseling session that you take care.
So let's make the world teenager friendly. We all believe in this, but what are the different steps and initiatives that you and your team have taken to actually spread this and make them believe in the community?
Yeah, this sentence is very close to my heart. That is, let's make the world teenager friendly. Now, this does not mean that teenagers should become friendly to the world. It is world should become teenager friendly. So to create this awareness, I am a part of a big community called Indian Academy of Pediatrics, which has more than 25,000 members across India. There is one subspecialty chapter called Adolescent Health Academy. 2013, they have created one excellent module on Mission Kishore Uday. We call it MKU. We have been trained to become adolescent health ambassador in that, and then conducted workshops across India in the schools, in the community, with the pediatricians of that city to sensitize them regarding to adolescent issues. In Gujarat, in 2014, we have created another module in Gujarati. We call it Samvad, Social Awareness Mission for Vibrant Adolescent Development. In that also, we have trained more than 100 pediatricians and acquaintances to take workshops in the schools regarding family life education for boys, family life education for girls, and understanding teens amongst parents and teachers. We have also created many open forum panel discussions in which we have invited pediatricians, psychologists, gynecologists, somebody who is a writer, and parents and teenagers have been invited to ask questions openly. In that, there was an excellent response we have got, and lot of messages been spread through that. Another initiative that we have taken in Gujarat is suicide prevention. As we know, because of many issues, the teenager suicides are becoming more and more common. We have created teachers training workshops for teachers so that they are sensitized to pick any student who is undergoing stress or who has some depressive issues and find them and refer to a proper person to counsel. We have also created helplines which works 24/7, 365 days. Anyone can call on that helplines. 3-tier counselors are available and they can talk out and come out very powerfully. Because what is happening is vast teenagers to be taken care of, and one person or a few persons cannot take care of it. So I am also planning to create training of trainers workshops to take parentings ahead.
What would be the one message you want to give to the medical community?
Yeah, I always say that creating lot of awareness through education and training, along with that motivation to act, creates miracle in people's life. Because we have lot of information on many issues, but that motivation to act on those information is lacking. So if we can create that awareness and motivation, that can really lead to excellent life. As for example, eradication of the polio from India. Now we are polio free country. So the awareness amongst the people, motivation to act, go for pulse polio campaigning, regular immunization, that has led to eradication of polio from India. The treatment of asthma, now more and more parents are accepting inhaled medicine for the treatment of asthma because of awareness created by doctor community. Immunization is very important, that is also going on to everybody, and that is because of awareness and education provided by the doctors as well as motivation on to act on that. The last thing is the HIV and AIDS has created lot of understanding regarding safe sex. So these are the things which we must create for adolescent care. So all supporting part of the adolescent, that is parents, teenagers, healthcare providers, should be aware about the issues of the adolescent, and then let us motivate them to act. That will really revolutionize the future of India. So that is the message that I want to tell.
Thank you, Dr. Bhatt, for sharing these insightful opinions on teenage counseling, which definitely our pediatricians and other clinicians would love to watch. Thank you again, and thank you to our Docplexus doctors for watching us. Thank you. These interviews and events are featured by Docplexus exclusively for the doctors of Docplexus community. To receive updates regarding such upcoming events, please subscribe and like our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter. Happy Docplexing!